Hi there, and welcome to the Celeb Tea. Ashley Darby and Dorit Kemsley, the year love fell apart in Bravo's universe. For fans of The Real Housewives, 2025 wasn't just another season filled with diamonds, designer gowns, and champagne toasts. It was a year that shattered illusions of happily ever after. Across the Bravo landscape, love stories that once glittered with promise began to crumble under the weight of reality. From Ashley Darby's emotional farewell to Dorit Kemsley's painful separation, Denise Richards' unraveling marriage, and Porsha Williams' short-lived fairy tale, Heartbreak became the year's most powerful storyline. Behind the camera lights and luxury, these women reminded the world that even the brightest diamonds can crack under pressure. Ashley Darby, from devotion to liberation. Ashley Darby's love story has always been one of the most compelling narratives in the Real Housewives of Potomac franchise. When she first appeared on Bravo, her relationship with Australian businessman Michael Darby instantly caught the audience's attention. Their connection seemed unconventional, a 29-year age gap, two very different life stages, and a romance that many doubted from the start. But Ashley, then a 22-year-old pageant queen with a radiant smile and unstoppable drive, stood firm in her belief that love doesn't follow timelines or societal norms. Their 2014 wedding in Washington, D.C. looked like a fairy tale brought to life: luxury, laughter, and promises of forever. For several years, the couple appeared to have it all: wealth, success, and an enviable Bravo storyline. But as viewers know too well, reality TV has a way of magnifying the cracks that already exist beneath the surface. Their shared restaurant, Oz, symbolized both their ambitions and their eventual downfall. It became a battleground of business stress, public criticism, and growing tension. Ashley struggled to find her own identity beyond being Michael's young wife. And when whispers of infidelity and inappropriate conduct began to circulate, accusations that repeatedly placed Michael in the headlines, the Darby's marriage began to publicly unravel. Each season brought new scandals, and Ashley found herself torn between defending her husband and protecting her own self-worth. She often told fans that every marriage faces challenges, but the strain became undeniable. Behind her bright on-screen smile was a woman quietly falling apart. In 2022, after nearly 8 years of marriage, Ashley shocked fans by announcing her separation. Her public statement was filled with grace. She spoke about mutual respect, co-parenting, and personal growth. But behind those calm words was a storm of heartbreak and exhaustion. Despite brief rumors of reconciliation, the split became permanent. By late 2024, Ashley officially filed for divorce, and by early 2025, it was finalized. For Ashley, the divorce wasn't about revenge or financial gain. It was about reclaiming peace. She later admitted in interviews that she had lost pieces of herself while trying to keep her marriage intact. Now, she's focused on rediscovering who she truly is: a devoted mother, an entrepreneur, and a woman embracing her independence. Her social media presence in 2025 reflected that transformation: playful videos of dancing with her sons Dean and Dylan, wellness projects, and genuine smiles that spoke of inner calm rather than performative happiness. Of course, rumors of a new romance followed. A younger man spotted at a DC event, but Ashley brushed off the chatter. She's open to love, she said, but not chasing it. Fans have rallied behind her, admiring her evolution from a bubbly newcomer to a poised, self-aware woman who's found strength in vulnerability. One of her most quoted lines now feels prophetic: "You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you grow from it." Ashley Darby's story is no longer about a broken marriage, it's about rebirth. She's shown that self-respect can rise from ruins, and that true peace isn't found in someone else's arms, but within your own sense of worth. Dorit Kemsley, when glamour meets reality. Dorit Kemsley's love story once seemed like a Hollywood dream. When she joined the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2016, fans saw a woman who had it all: beauty, charisma, a fashion empire, and a doting husband, Paul P.K. Kemsley. Together, they were the embodiment of Beverly Hills glamour, lavish parties, designer wardrobes, luxury homes, and a seemingly unbreakable bond. But as with many Bravo love stories, appearances can be deceiving. Dorit and PK's whirlwind romance led to marriage in 2015, and their playful chemistry was often a highlight of the show. They shared two adorable children, Jagger and Phoenix, and to the outside world, their life sparkled with perfection. Yet beneath the surface, financial and emotional strain began to erode their happiness. PK's mounting debts and legal controversies often made headlines, placing unwanted pressure on their marriage. Dorit, meanwhile, was determined to carve out her own identity beyond being a housewife, launching her fashion brand Beverly Beach and becoming one of Bravo's most stylish personalities. But the pressure of maintaining a flawless image began to weigh her down. Then came the event that would change everything, the terrifying 2021 home invasion. Dorit was held at gunpoint while her children slept upstairs, and though she survived physically unharmed, the emotional trauma lingered. In interviews, she admitted that night altered her forever. PK initially stood by her, but the emotional distance between them grew in the years that followed. By 2024, rumors of marital tension had become impossible to ignore. Dorit admitted in interviews that they were taking time apart, but still had love for one another. They tried counseling, prioritizing their kids, and fighting for what remained, but the cracks had become canyons. In April 2025, Dorit officially filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences after nearly a decade of marriage. Unlike many Bravo breakups, there were no bitter accusations or messy custody battles. She requested joint custody of their children and emphasized her desire to maintain stability for their sake. The emotional toll, however, was immense. Fans flooded social media with messages of support, heartbreak, and admiration. Dorit, known for her elegance and composure, now faced one of the hardest chapters of her life. Her close friend Kyle Richards, who was also rumored to be navigating her own marital struggles, became one of Dorit's biggest sources of strength. Together, the two women leaned on each other, away from the spotlight, rebuilding their sense of peace. Over the following months, Dorit quietly reshaped her life. She sold one of her homes, streamlined her lifestyle, and began focusing on her fashion brand and personal healing. "You can love someone and still know it's time to let go," she said in a moving interview, a statement that resonated deeply with fans who'd seen her evolution from glamorous housewife to grounded woman. Despite the pain, Dorit hasn't stepped away from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. In fact, many viewers now call her the most authentic she's ever been. Open, emotional, and real. She's shown that heartbreak doesn't diminish her sparkle, it simply adds depth to it. While rumors circulate that PK has started dating again, Dorit seems uninterested in the noise. Her focus is on her children and rediscovering who she is outside of marriage. Her posts now show quiet mornings, work projects, and empowering messages about self-reliance. Dorit Kemsley's story isn't about a fall from grace. It's about the strength to rise gracefully. She's proving that the most powerful thing a woman can wear isn't couture, it's confidence. 2025 may have marked the end of her marriage, but it also marked the beginning of her rediscovery. The woman once defined by diamonds, designer labels, and dazzling parties has now become a symbol of resilience. Her story reminds us that true strength isn't about maintaining perfection. It's about rebuilding yourself when perfection falls apart. Denise Richards, Porsha Williams, and the Year of Reinvention. Denise Richards brought Hollywood sparkle and sincerity when she joined the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Fans adored her at first. She was honest, funny, and refreshingly grounded. But behind her calm smile, her marriage to Aaron Fipers was quietly crumbling. After marrying in 2018, Denise believed she had finally found peace following her turbulent past with Charlie Sheen. Yet, by 2025, the cracks were undeniable. On July 7th, Aaron filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The headlines were brutal, exposing financial disputes, property arguments, and emotional distance. For Denise, who had endured years of public scrutiny, this felt like history repeating itself. Instead of fueling drama, she took the high road, focusing on her daughters, her acting career, and inner healing. She told interviewers that heartbreak taught her the value of self-respect and peace. Denise's story isn't just about loss, it's about rediscovering strength after surviving every kind of storm. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Porsha Williams' fairy tale romance with Simon Guobidia collapsed as quickly as it began.